Today we'll be learning about black people and whites. Martin Luther King Jr. separated numbed segregation. He unseparated black and whites. And a girl was on a bus. She didn't want to give her seat to the white. And then she went to jail. And then Martin Luther King started preaching. He made a speech, "I have a dream" speech. Martin Luther King Jr. has my nickname for some reason. He speak to 1,000 people when he was preaching. And then black and whites went to different stores. Whites was treated good, blacks was treated wrong. And then when Martin Luther King showed up, everything, blacks could not go to the same school. Nothing can go to the same school. Nobody can go to the same school. Blacks go to their school. Whites go to a fancy school. Whites had a playground. Blacks didn't. They only had grass, a field. Black people had slides, monkey bars, everything. And black people and white people use different water fountains. Just like he did. And then they got sprayed with hose that cut the hose went through their skin and wiped their skin off them. In 1998, Martin Luther King Jr. died. The end. Peace out. Next lesson.
I've been working to better myself, and I'm not afraid to say that I need help. I be outside trying to find peace, but I find the most peace when I be by myself. I've been trying to go hard. They meet me, my granny in need. I got nothing to spare.
We're just gonna get right into it, because we real limited on time right now. Raw is formed. I love that name. It just found me. I'm gonna pop it up with a Bible verse, right? My people are destroyed from a lack of knowledge. That's tough. And I want to say this. In order to progress in our spiritual growth, we must get to know God Himself. And that alone will push things forward in reality, right? Now, the spirit realm works in a different time than our reality. But the closer we grow to God, the more shifts will change within our reality. Feel me? I hope this making sense. It's making sense to somebody getting me. But let's get right into it. Y'all know last episode RJ spoke about MLK. I don't know what made him do it, but he did it. And I'm very, very proud of him. I'm very proud of RJ. He's a very bright kid. All my little cousins, my young boys, all those young men are very, very bright, and I'm proud of them. But for him to have the courage to just get up there in front of the camera and sit down and do his best in teaching, that was a beautiful thing. But let's get right into his teaching. I'm very impressed, but let's clean up his lesson. We don't want nobody to be led astray, you know. So let's get right into it. What is segregation? Segregation is the separation of groups of people, typically based on race, class, or religion, you know, etc., 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 that type of thing. Martin Luther King's mission fought against segregation. He wanted racial unity, not separation. Where was we at? Martin Luther King's mission fought against separation, segregation. You know, desegregation. That's what we fought for. That's what he fought for. He fought very hard for what he believed. And one of his most impactful moments was uh the bus boycott. You know, RJR said something about the girl getting arrested. He was talking about the bus boycott, right? All right, so let's get into it. One of the most impactful movements that he had was Montgomery bus boycott, which started after Rosa Parks was arrested for refusing to give up her seat. That's crazy. Refusing to give up her seat to a white individual. Mind you, Rosa Parks is black. This person was white. Rosa Parks was supposed to be sitting at the back of the bus. She was tired with a long day of work. I'm not going. I'm tired. I'm sitting right here. It don't matter. We're going to our locations. I'm gonna get off. You find you a seat. I'm not moving. It became a problem. The bus driver pulled over. Got the cops involved. She was arrested. Story went on from there. Okay. Boom. This movement lasted for 381 days. Now let's get to R's next point. Dr. Martin Luther King, I Have a Dream speech is one of his most popular speeches delivered at the March on Washington in 1963. Guess how many people was there at that event? At that time, that's major. This is a big number, but 250,000 people were present at that event. You know, that's cool. Next, a few facts. Just as our guy R said was, whites were treated better than blacks. They had better resources, housing, schools, water, etc. You know, all that stuff they had better. They thought they was more. They thought they was better than blacks. Sad case. Some schools didn't have books. Not only did they not have books, but they didn't have clean water. They didn't have clean classrooms. It was a mess. But speaking on the school topic, again, how about this? Forget the music. Let's go acapella. Let's talk. Raw was fun. So we're gonna keep it raw. Let's go acapella. You know, we 8 minutes in. We're gonna try to keep it under 10. I say that. Uh, but back to our point. We was talking about schools and how they didn't have books and things like that, right? Um, let's talk about kids. R is a kid, he's a child, and for him to touch on these topics is major. Um, let's talk about the Children's Crusade of 1963 in Birmingham, Alabama. Thousands of kids left their schools to march for their rights. Thousands of kids left their school to march for their rights. Police Chief Bull Connor responded, unleashing fire hoses strong enough to rip the flesh off of bodies. He unleashed police dogs and set those dogs loose on minors and threw over 1,000 kids in jail. That is insane to me. But this is very powerful to our history. It's very powerful to the history of our nation and the history of our people. And just to continue on with R's points, Martin Luther King was assassinated not in 1998 or whenever he said 1989, whatever he said. He was assassinated in in April on April 4th, 1968, which left the world shocked. R spoke on some very, very powerful things. He touched many topics involving the bus boycott. the Children's Crusade and the March on Washington. And like I said earlier, that was very, very big of RJ to speak on that and to start this channel off with truth. And we just hit our 10-minute mark, so we're gonna get out of here. But I just wanna end with what we finished. My people are destroyed from lack of knowledge. That's it. But yeah, that's enough for Rawest Forum. We in and out today. Y'all have a great day. Y'all have a great week. Y'all stay raw. Y'all stay ready. Stay you and be you. Gerard's Forum. Don't try to be anybody else. Be your authentic self. Be you. Be raw. Be different. Get that Statware merch. The website will be in the description. Go check us out. Go check out our Instagram, our TikTok, our social medias, and our website. But we y'all stay raw.